Chances are you had a terrific mom. She loved you, fed you, put clothes on your back. She made sure your ears were clean and got you off to school every day. She showed you love and attention and kissed your boo-boos. But the best thing about your mom is that she taught you important life skills. Think back to when you were about 5 years old. You were about to start school. That's a big day for a 5-year-old, and Mom wanted to make sure you were ready. So she taught you how to tie your shoes. If she was like my mom, she started by putting the fear of God in you. My mom told me that if my shoes came untied while I was at school, I might trip and fall, and the other kids would start kicking me while I was on the ground. It was a tough world back then. Needless to say, she got my attention. Once I was paying attention, she used a proven process for teaching skills, a process that moms have been using since the beginning of time. First, she explained why it was important. This is called the WIFM. What's in it for me? Learning cannot begin until the student understands the WIFM. In my case, I didn't want to get kicked around. Next, she demonstrated what to do and how to do it by tying her own shoe while telling me some story about a rabbit going down a hole. I don't remember the story, but I do remember how to tie my shoe. She told me to try it, and I copied her behavior. It wasn't pretty, but I eventually got through all the steps. She told me to practice every day, and I did. I didn't want to get kicked around. By the time school started, I could tie my shoes without even thinking about it. This is how we learn skills. Skills are defined as how to do things. How to tie your shoe, how to play a guitar, how to throw a baseball, how to cook an egg. If you can do any of these physical skills, somebody showed you how. You copied their behavior and you practiced. It's true, practice makes perfect. Nobody gets good at a skill without a lot of practice. So how does this process apply to on-the-job training for frontline workers? Well, for one thing, a good trainer would follow the process. Here's the problem. Most on-the-job training isn't done by a good trainer. It's almost always done by a random employee who just happens to be handy when the new guy shows up for work. You've heard it before. Chances are you've said it before. Tony here will show you the ropes. Does Tony start with the WIFM? Does he explain the expectations? Does he demonstrate the skill and let the newbie practice? Does Tony care about this new trainee? Come to think about it, does Tony even know what he's doing? Most frontline worker training is unstructured, and that leads to mistakes. Lots of mistakes. We'd like to help people get better at their jobs and not make so many mistakes. That'll be good for them. It'll be good for you. It'll be good for everyone. Better trained employees make fewer mistakes. Imagine having perfectly trained frontline workers who perform flawlessly, saving you time and money. That's what Instructor does for you. If you'd like perfectly trained frontline workers, please click on the free trial button below. Give it a spin. You've got nothing to lose and a whole lot to gain.